Hi, Andre. Just looking at the squad and the availability for Sunday, just on Alba in particular, what's the latest with her? Will she be assessed or available for the weekend?
Yeah, Alba, she was training fully today, and let's see the evaluation of today, but most likely she will be able on Sunday.
And just looking at the options you had on the bench against London City, obviously Sydney's back and Sam Coppey as well, and Iman. It feels like this season you've had sort of peaks and troughs with how strong the bench has been. Just the impact of that maybe going into the last third of the season. How big a boot is it to have these players back from injuries?
Yeah, that will be crucial, definitely. We talked earlier about playing about the same 11, but at the same time we need players that we also think we are in top of substitutions coming in and scoring for us. So that is statistics that is important for us, because we say quite often that everybody is important, but we also do substitution that is affecting the game, and it will be even more important on Sunday that we have players that can either making sure that we keep a result or chase a result.
And on Sam Coffey in particular, obviously she made her debut last week, and she's obviously been in Manchester now for 2.5, 3 weeks. Just what's the impact she's made on the squad, maybe in training, on and off the pitch, how she's settled in here at City?
Yeah, Sam is she's going, and she's already giving us stability. We know what we are getting. Great passing player. But also this, I've said it before, this energy that she's bringing, there is no doubt that you see in her eyes when she's coming on a training pitch that she's there, she's present, and delivers every session. I think that attitude is very good for our team also, and she's a little bit more vocal than everybody else, so that is also something that we will benefit for in the future.
And just looking at the game on Sunday, with it being at the Etihad, the second time playing there this season, how do you kind of maintain that home advantage, which has been so strong here at the Joy, to take over there, to maybe almost avoid the game feeling like a neutral ground? What things can City do to make sure we maintain that home advantage?
Yeah, we managed against United doing that, but at the same time, yeah. So that will definitely be something that we need to speak about. But quite many players has played there before. We had a fantastic experiences in November when we played United. So I think bringing that back is something. But the most important is the people on the stands when they are singing and supporting us. Then it feels like home, and I think that will help the players most.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Emma Sanders.
Hey, Andre. I just wondered what you think it is that's maybe set Manchester City apart from the rest of the teams in the WSL so far this season.
Good question. I can only speak about us. I haven't seen enough of Chelsea's and the other teams all their games. So for us, I think the important thing has been consistent. There was no doubt that the games against Arsenal and United and that gives you something extra. But if you should win a league, it's not those games that is winning the league. It's being able to perform against West Ham and Aston Villa and other teams that everybody's expecting City to win. If you are able to have a solid performance and keeping the same energy into those games and quality, that's how you can win the league. And I think that's where we have been very consistent during the year so far.
You've always come across as, very measured in your personality. Like you say, you don't seem to look too far ahead. Do you think that's quite important for you as a manager, to be able to sort of transcend that emotion to the players and just kind of remain in the present?
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think I need to say that to the players. I think that they are also, of course, they know about the circumstances, but at the same time, they are also, we talk about it every day, and they are professional. A lot of them have played the final tournaments, and they have been in big situations like this before, so they are fully aware of it. But sometimes we need to remind each other about it. And definitely, for me, it's the key thing of just being, as long as I prepare the same way in all training session and have the same energy and have the same presence in everything I do, I can also put that demand on the players.
Thank you. See you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go to Gethin next.
Hi, Andre. Just thinking back to the London City game, I think the Chelsea game I thought was actually quite a good performance, and the result didn't go your way. But then for the London City game, they came out in the second half, and to me it seemed like they were the better team. They kind of pushed and they got that goal, and then your team scored right at the end. For you, kind of what changed in the second half in that game, and how important was it to your team to still come out with the win? What was a tough performance? Yeah,
I think you're definitely right. I think our first half was pretty good. We had some transition moments where they punished us in first half. But in second half, I think that the key thing, what we learned from that was we can't stop doing our keeping our standard, the good habits. We talked about that during this week also, that it's not about that the opponent is much better than us. It's more like we are creating the situation because we are not doing everything we talked about beforehand, and we are not tracking our players in defending and almost counting on that somebody else is going to solve the problem. And we talked about that also, and I'm sure that's not going to happen anymore. But that happened in second half. But on the other hand, we also learned that there is a mentality in this group that when they scored 1-1, then suddenly something changes, and then now we go for the winning. And having that ability as a group later on to turn it around again, even though the momentum was on them, and we definitely found a way to win, and that says something about the squad.
Yeah, and I was listening to an interview between Alex Scott and Carsten Kasper recently, and one of the things he said was in terms of a difference between how City have been before is that the players, whilst there is a tactical system, they have like an individual freedom to kind of express themselves on the pitch in their own way. I guess for you, how important is it to kind of empower the players on an individual level to play their best, whilst obviously sticking by the general tactics that you want to play with?
Yeah, I think that's my biggest job, to give the framework for the players. This is our starting positions, this is our principles, but I'm not making the decisions for the players. That's the players are doing that. I'm not on the sideline and telling them to play right or play left or run there or shoot or whatever, because that's not how you're winning games, according to me. I think I need to make sure that I'm creating a safe environment where the players feel the freedom of expressing themselves inside of the framework. We have so many great and skillful players that if I put too many rules for them, they will not be able to play on their best level. So I think that's a mix of a clear framework, but also a possibility inside of that of decision making always has to be done by the players, not by the coaches. So I think that's an important part.
And just finally from me, we saw Layla Wahabi back training separately on Wednesday, I think, from the group. Is there any injury concerns about them for the weekend, or are they fair?
No, she was training fully today again. So she was she's definitely ready for Sunday.
Thank you so much. Good luck, and I'll see you there on Sunday.
I'll just start with team news if I can. Anything that we should be aware of after the weekend or after training this week?
So same squad as we had available in the weekend against Arsenal. and some players were training with us this week, getting more fitness to be ready to perform on the game on Sunday. Hagi and Kira being one of them. For the other ones, no one is returning from rehab into the group.
Are Hagi and Kira available to start, or?
Yeah, they are in a good place. They are in contention for the game. We still have some few training sessions before the game on Sunday, but they are getting more fitness, and they could be ready to start on Sunday if they need to.
And how has this week been with this team? It's not a group that is used to losing. What has the response in the group kind of been like? What have the conversations been like this week?
I think, as you just said, we are not used to lose, and that's a great feeling to not be used to lose. But obviously we had a good reflection on the game against Arsenal. I think that's the starting point for us to take the learnings from that game. And I think the immediate reaction, I could see that on the pitch with players who are really focusing on what we need to take from that game, making sure we bring that into our performance on Sunday. So training has been great. I think the quality, the intensity, and the focus are there. So that's for me the most important thing for us, to be able to shift and to look at what is ahead now.
And have you had time since the weekend to sort of reflect on the last few games and the run of games that you've had, which isn't where you would want to be? Yeah. What do you kind of put that down to, that little run of performances?
I think it's always difficult for me to share everything here in this room. I appreciate you always want to have some answers for myself. I think the most important is like we are all clear. Myself as a manager, the players, but also the board, and we know where we are at now. And the reflection is really being really honest between us. And I think we are trying hard. We are working hard to make sure we win games, because when you are in Chelsea, you need to win the games. That's the expectations, and I know that. But probably we can have some explanations on why we are in this position, and we need to make sure we just focus on what we can control to make sure we improve and we have better performances and better results in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keris. We'll come over to Emma next, please.
Yeah, hey Sonia,
Hi,
nice
Emma.
to see you. I just want to ask about your comments after the last game, sort of saying, you felt the title race was probably over. We've seen this script before with Emma Hayes obviously making similar comments. I wonder, was that kind of mind games on your part, or do you genuinely believe that?
No, again, I think our mentality is to fight until the end, no matter what happens. I think we will never give up. I think, again, there are 9 games left in the WSL. I think the only thing is, like, right now we are not in control, and I think the most important thing, we need to focus on what we can control. Man City are leading, are top of the table, and I think they are in control. The only thing we need to make sure it's like we put the focus on how we want to perform going into the next games to make sure we have a better chance to win. But we will fight until the end, no matter what happens. Every game is a must-win game for Chelsea and really important games for us, so we will never give up.
Obviously, going to Man City is a tough game anyway, when you take away the context of the fact that it's probably a must-win on your part. But in terms of the challenge in world football right now, is going to Manchester City needing to get a win up there as one of the biggest challenges?
I think we always have been used to always have to win games, no matter who you are facing, no matter what is the context around the team. So I think in that sense we are used to have that context around Chelsea. So it doesn't change. I think, I already said that even last season when everyone was thinking it was really easy for us to win games, it wasn't. So I think for us, we focus in our daily basis and what we need to bring every day on the pitch. We are focusing a lot on that and making sure, we keep confident, because I know this team has a lot of quality individually but also as a team, and we need to make sure we show that on the pitch.
obviously your team has a lot of quality, and there is quality in the Manchester City team as well. Bunny Shaw, right up there in the form that she's in. Do you think she's one of the best players in the world?
Yes, absolutely. She's one of the best players in the world. She's one of the best strikers in the world. We know that. We also have some really good quality in our squad. So, we knew that. We played them a week ago now, or 10 days ago. We know we will have to be at our best if we want to get a good result, because obviously they have great individuals and they are a great team. So as we did 10 days ago, I think we will have to be really strong defensively, not to concede a lot against a team who is in a good form, and again, he's showing a lot of good football.
All the best. See you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. We'll come across to Amy next, please.
Hi Sonia.
Hi Amy.
Hope you're well.
Yes, I'm
I
good.
know you said to Gareth in the room that you didn't want to go into too many specifics about, kind of what you've said to the team about recent results and form and things like that. I just wondered, overall and over the general season, looking back, I think it was this time last year, you were 9 points clear at the top of the table, and the position you're in now. What do you think has been a difference from last season compared to this, or is there anything? Has it surprised you at all, like the way the season's gone, or just having had time to reflect on the first half? What have you thought of the season?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm surprised. Maybe this season it's more difficult than last season, getting wins and getting 3 points in every game. I think if you reflect from last season, even when we were winning a lot of games, sometimes the margin were really fine and we were able to sometimes score in the last minutes in the game. So I think, this season probably things are not going the same way. I would probably reflect saying one of the things who can explain that, it's like we have been a little bit less clinical than last season. But when you look at our squad, I think right now we are also missing some top class players in our squad, Mayra Ramirez being one of them. I think she was available for most of the games last season and she was involved in the important games. I think, we have some of the really good players in the squad, but as you know, some of them are coming back from injury. They are trying their best to perform at their best level, but we have to be fair with them. You need also time to recover from not playing for 2 years, if we take the example with Sam. That's probably one of the explanations, and the fact probably sometimes we want to perform better, and we need to make sure we just stay disciplined on the way we want to perform on the pitch.
Is it almost important that the players know that last season wasn't normal? It's not normal to not lose a game all season, so this season to lose a game here, to lose a game there, that's kind of more normal rather than them being really down about it in a way.
Yeah, so that's why I think we are not really down. Of course, we are disappointed and frustrated not getting better results. And I think even last season when we were winning a lot of games, we were not really high. We were humble. We knew we had to work hard to get that season. And I think right now that's also important for us not to go too low. I think the most important thing is for us to analyze the performance and take the learnings from the game and make sure we focus on the right things for us to address going into the next game. So for us, I think obviously we are disappointed and frustrated about not winning more games and getting more points, and I am the first one responsible for that. But in the same time, we still are confident because we know the quality we have in the squad. I saw a really good reaction in training sessions this week already, and I think we are doing the right thing.
And just lastly, you have beaten Manchester City twice this season. That must be something that gives you and the players a lot of confidence going into this weekend, even given how good Manchester City have been. Yeah,
but again, the game on Sunday will be different. I think every game is tough. You face different teams, different tactics sometimes. I think maybe on Sunday things will be different from the first two games. And even if we are traveling, we know when we are at our best we can beat any team, and we already proved that in the past. So now it's more for us to focus on the future and making sure we go into the game on Sunday with confidence, as you just said, but also the desire to win the game, making sure we understand, like, when we play at our best level, we can beat anyone.
Great. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you.